Is it just me, or is there actually a lot to celebrate in the K-pop world right now? BTS's 7th anniversary, and what better way than with a live-streamed concert? Kyla just came out with her very own album. Treasure's Bang Yedam's pre-release single. I've been kind of addicted to Secret Number, who just debuted. No, not only because of their awesome pants. BLACKPINK is putting out content that tangibly signals their comeback. I mean, come on, look at it, oh my god! TWICE just surpassed 100 music show wins, although that last one came with some... let's talk about what happened and why it shouldn't have been such a big deal in the first place. So TWICE took the trophy on-show champion, and as always came the Encore stage. By the way, I love Encore stages. The groups are always more relaxed because they're not dancing their lungs out, and on top of that there's the instrumental but no background vocals. So the vocals we hear are always purely live. It just makes for a really fun, casual, pressureless performance. Well, for this particular Encore stage, Momo garnered a lot of criticism for how she sounded. I think Junkee also caught some criticism, but maybe not to the extent Momo did. You can look in the comments of these videos, people said things like, oh, if this is how she sounds just standing, I would hate to hear what she sounds like while dancing. But here's the thing, like I said, this was an encore stage that's supposed to be casual, fun. If you watch the clip closely, she's greeting other artists while she sings, and when she was done, her and Nayeon looked at each other and just laughed it off. Well, in the days following, you may have seen articles like Momo looked tense on the next show, the members had to comfort her, but that was after she got all that backlash because it brings up something she's stressed about even before debut. In the moment, it didn't look like it was a big deal to them because it wasn't. It's an extra encore stage where they do things like sing with ice in their mouths for God Ji-hyo's sake. Now, a lot of people are bringing up that the part is way too high for her, she should just be a rapper instead. But why is no one talking about the encore stage that took place just a few days later where she sang the part with no problem at all? And mind you, the members were celebrating by inhaling helium, so she could have copped out, inhaled some helium, and sang for fun. But Momo made sure to sing her part first and then go for the helium, proving she can absolutely nail it. Junkee has also proven time and time again that she's one of the most improved members vocally, which is why JYP trusted her to take over Jungyeon's lines when she wasn't there. But people want to jump on one not so perfect encore stage. Let's just hope we can enjoy the rest of TWICE's promotion without this nonsense, so that TWICE, or any other group for that matter, don't have to start stressing and practicing for encore stages. I think a lot of us predict Seulgi and Irene could hold some of those trophies next month, and I would hope they will be able to just relax, be silly, and celebrate. Although they might not be up there alone. There were some investor reports going around saying that SM will be introducing their first new girl group after 7 years in July. That's next month, the same month Seulgi and Irene are set to debut their subunit. If this is true, and usually investors get pretty accurate scoops before everyone else, I have no idea why they would set them at the same time. It's not like we've never seen companies promote multiple artists at the same time, but it's interesting for a debuting girl group and a debuting subunit. Maybe they won't overlap too much, but if they do, at least the rookies will have support on stage if they need it. Just as SNSD were there for Red Velvet early in their careers, just as Kai, Sehun, Chanyeol, and Chen were there recently for Baekhyun's solo promotion. And besides the guys showing up on stage for Baekhyun's celebration, what also caught everyone's attention was Chen. The only other time we've seen him since his big announcement was to send off leader Suho, but this is the first time we've seen him with a wedding ring. How beautiful is that? Although, as always, there were the tiny vocal minority that had to vomit out their negative thoughts, spending money to advertise for his removal from EXO, saying he's so shameless to wear that in public. But you know what? He is shameless because there's nothing to be shameful about. Wear it, proud Chen, blind them with the shine of that ring, deafen them with the cries of your baby. And anyway, EXO fans had other things on their plate this week. Let me preface this with, awards are nice and give us something to celebrate with our favorite artists when they happen, but we shouldn't put so much stock into them. You never know who's behind the scenes making the decision. Every award has different criteria and rules, but I understand how this one would upset fans. It just looked really shady. Soribada, who is a streaming platform, recently released the nominations for their award shows, and EXO wasn't nominated. nominated. But it wasn't so much that they weren't nominated, it was also the reason they had behind it. They are not nominated because an EXO member has left. I'm guessing they mean for the mandatory military service? Does that count as them leaving the group? Also, what makes this even more confusing is that X1 was nominated. Now, I think that's great. X1 fans can come together again for this, but it makes Soribada's reasoning completely... what? X1 disbanded and gets nominated, again, which I'm happy for the nomination. It's just inconsistent that a few EXO members enlist, but are still in the group, and that's why they aren't. What makes this even more confusing is that the Soribada Awards organizing committee came back out to say, we have confirmed that there were serious professional errors made, such as information not delivered during the process of communication between the staff and agency running the awards. I don't know if they genuinely saw some discrepancy there, or if it had something to do with their stocks. Either way, they apologized and said another list of nominations is going to come out after some revision. Hopefully X1 is still on there, but they'll probably add EXO, ITZY. I have a feeling they're also going to add ITZY and Stray Kids. What a weird, inconsistent situation. Maybe just as weird as the Daya mystery that has now gotten even more suspicious whether you're a fan or not. Last week we talked about how after a year of nothing, MBK Entertainment announced that Daya would be coming back. But in the teaser they released, it was only 5 members. Then after fans pointed out, where's Cheon and Seulgi, the company said, oh yeah, by the way, it's a unit comeback. And that's all they said. No explanation of why the two were excluded. Surprisingly, even Cheon, who was a former IOI member and arguably their most recognizable member, well, during their showcase, their leader Huihyun, who I love by the way, said that we decided to have the members choose to participate by volunteering. They seem to need more personal time, so we respected their decisions, and the other 2 members are preparing so that they can participate in the next album. Now, some people speculate by the way she was speaking and just the reasoning they gave that she was told to say this, but hey, that's speculation. Now, either during or right after Daya's comeback showcase, Cheon posted on her dog's Instagram saying, life sure is absurd sometimes, isn't it? Thank you for always being by my side. Let's just be happy, you know, talking to her dog. People took this timing as her response to the explanation of why she and Seulgi weren't included in this comeback, but then she edited it to just say, thank you for always being by my side. You always comfort me. Then after that edit, she just deleted it. I mean, the post could have been unrelated, but let's all remember that this is the same company that Shannon Williams warned us about and exposed after she left. I'm also worried about Gugudan, coincidentally, another group with former IOI members, and how their company is treating them. But that's something we'll talk about in the near future. These companies, man, so shady. But just between us, I have a way to expose them and thrust them into the light.